Welcome to the Harrison Show. I'm Brian Harrison, your host, and I want to say I was out last week. I was not doing well. I was actually pretty sick, so I just took the. I had to take the week off. My voice was gone, completely gone, and everything else. But I want to remind you to please comment, subscribe, and also watch some of my older videos. Today's topic, though, is on video games. Are they good or are they bad? I tend to be more in the middle on stuff like this because I also enjoy games because I'm on disability. But to be honest, I think they kind of are a little bit of both. Um, if you have things you have to do, and you are trying to, like you're trying to do a job, you actually, you gotta have money to play these, to buy even into video games. But if you're trying to, go to work and do a job, can it be a bad thing if you're playing a video game? Yes. Yes, it can. Um, but if you're on disability and you don't have a job and you need something to do, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's more of a good thing, because you have nothing to do. Like me, I'm on disability, so it can be a very good thing for me to enjoy doing something, feel like I'm doing something. Of course, I do YouTube videos right now, and if you have the ability to do that, that may be another thing that could take your time, almost make it feel like it's a job, even though it isn't a job. That's kind of like what I do here. I try to make it feel like I'm doing something. So that's why I do this. But other than that, I mean, video games can fill the niche too. I think of one game that really helps me out. Minecraft. Minecraft, especially, I think for disabled people who are able to play, who they're trapped at home or they just can't really get out. Um, I think Minecraft is a great game to get into because it gives you a creative flow, especially survival. Where you're surviving the night, you feel like you accomplished something. You get out, you chop your wood, you build your house, and the whole landscape can change from just you starting out with nothing and and surviving to becoming a masterpiece of what you want to do and what you want to build. People built lots of things. Look at when people built anything from Roman to Egyptian, cultural stuff, or skyscrapers, modern houses, or older houses, or there's even survival starter houses that some of them look really nice, but they get you a little bit set up, and then you can go off from there. I mean, so I think gaming can be a beneficial. I think it can actually be a very beneficial thing to do, especially to do in someone's free time. Um, Especially if you're on disability or you have free time, you can do it. Um, like my woman, she tends to do it when she's, like we tend to do it on Saturday. And we tend to play Minecraft because we love the creativeness of it and it's easy. My woman loves to fish mostly, and that's the other thing. If it feels like real life, but not quite because it's a little more relaxed. There's a little more, especially depending on who you play with and stuff. There's a little more, you know, freedom, I guess, to do things, to build things without someone telling you can't build here, can't do that. Um, but if you have responsibilities and you have a job, then if it takes too much of that time off, where you're going to lose your job constantly and all that, then I think you need to reassess you playing games. And then some people out there will say, well, that's not fair. You're playing them. Well, I'm on disability. And I'm making these YouTube videos again, because I started back in YouTube back in when I was trying to go to college, because they sent me to college because of my disability, learning disability, and I have physical disability too. So I got like, I guess a financial help, okay, because they were really big on sending people with disabilities to college to help better their lives. And through that, did it help better my life? It got me onto YouTube, because I wanted to get into filming, and I love, computers and film and technology and stuff like that. So, yeah, it does help. But but if you have other responsibilities outside, that you need to take care of your family and all that, and you're shaking them, then yes, it can be bad. But anything at that point can be bad. Any hobby that takes away from you actually being able to support your family before you support, maybe even before you support the hobby necessarily, or before you are, you take it before you take care of your family needs, that can be a bad thing. And it's anything. Um, but video games can apply very much to that, because it can be easy for some people just to say, I'm done, I'm just going to sit here and play this game. And that comes down to personal choice. And the other thing about games, are there bad games and good games? Yes, there are. Um, but again, even though I would say there are games that are bad, um, that again is on you. Your moral compass, whether you have one or you don't, that's all on you. And that's what that's why I don't like that there are people out there who try to give everyone a moral compass, um, even though they may have one. But sometimes, you know, they push too hard of their idea of a moral compass, not what. There's two different moral compasses. Actually, there's three, but there's two when you talk about actual moral compass. Actually, the first one really, I said there's three, so let's go with the three. The first one is no moral compass at all, which, okay. Then the other one is the actual moral compass, which, there are things you don't want to kill people, basic things, simple things. The Bible, makes it plain and simple. But, and then there's the extreme moral compass, which is, everything's bad except for what I say is bad, or, like anything that does any type of like killing, which is in a game. It doesn't matter how it is or how it's done. That could be extreme. But I don't think even in that, I don't think God looks at that and goes, "It." God, I think even God goes, "It's games." Um, and so, so I'm always careful, because everybody has the right to choose. And I remember video games. Let me tell you this. I remember video games where even owning the box was considered, ooh, the devil's box. You're going to hell. That type of that type of stupidity. And I'm sorry to say it was. It was very stupid, because it created more gamers, not less. And because everybody had to see why it was so evil. Why all of a sudden it's the devil's box? Because if it's the devil inside, or devil's box, it should do things, or it should control you in the devilish way, or the same thing as like the Salem witch trials. I'm sorry to say it. Look that up. We may even talk about it. It's just a sad situation. Too extreme. It's going too far. I mean, and there are both sides of the aisle that are very extreme on stuff that go, their own different way, and it's kind of a mess. It all ends in the same disaster, but it's a mess along the way. Anyway, so I think of video games. Yeah, can there be bad games and stuff? Maybe games you shouldn't play. Yeah, and I even see people on YouTube who talk about those type of games and say they just don't play them. Well, just don't play them. That's simple. Just like movies. Are there bad movies and stuff? Yeah, I just don't watch them. I watch what I enjoy, or, I do watch movies that are, let's say, maybe better for you. It's the same thing. It's the same music, same way. Oh, is there music that's bad for you? I believe so. I believe there is music that's bad. But does it mean I have to buy it, or have to? No, it doesn't. There's other music, right? So it's that type of scenario. Same like with games. Games, is there bad games? Oh yes. Is there good games? Oh yes. You can say yes to all of that. It's the same thing. It's it's not the devil's box, or I mean, you could call anything that almost at this point, right? So television or anything, but games I think have a place, and I think if you enjoy some gaming, go ahead, just live your life. Not everybody needs to know, they enjoy it. Even if they do know, just let them be their own miserable person. Because unfortunately, I think a lot of these people sometimes who attack games, video games, are miserable. They don't enjoy life very much. They don't get out enough themselves. They talk about getting out and being cultural. Everybody loves this. I love it with video games too. I remember, like I said, I remember when they made it like the Devil's Box and everybody wants to play them. I play them. And of course, part of it is because of my disability. But they want everybody to exercise. Oh, if you just exercise, and I was even told this myself. They just tell everybody to get outside, smell the daisies, and all this. It's just unrealistic, people. Some people don't even have that. Some people can't maybe get out. I mean, they they always have these easy solutions, which is always laughable and funny. Um, because these are people, especially when it comes to news media, who are supposed to be very smart. And if they were so smart themselves, why do they act so dumb? I mean, I'm sorry to say it that way. It sounds mean, but it's not meant to be. But they don't act very smart themselves, and just because you have a degree doesn't make you smart. There are plenty of people who have a degree who aren't smart and worth it. There's even high-end people who are very wealthy who've said the same thing countless times. They don't understand how some of these people get degrees. Okay, so the problem is, I think if you're able to enjoy life, it comes down to enjoy life. Don't fret on this stuff. Um, how If you're concerned about moral compass, well, just be cautious what you do. Um, if you're cautious about a moral compass, there are games that you can play, like some sports games. I say Minecraft is really good. I'm sorry to say it, Minecraft, because the creativity. Yes, you do kill some mobs here and there, and stuff, because you gotta gather resources and stuff. But it's not really harmful. I mean, if you're a person, if there is one game for a person on disability, personally, that I would recommend above any other game, that would be something creative. It'd be something like Minecraft. And then but don't forget that you got City Skylines too. Now I wouldn't recommend. I mean, I'd play Minecraft more, but I've played City Skylines and I enjoy City Skylines. I even have Rail Empire. We get to build a railroad through America and all that. And then I even have right now a game I want to get started on called oh Fever Transport, and it's about logistics, and it has little cars and so anyway, and you get to build like roads and stuff to try to transport your goods to the city, and the cities will grow because they get goods from farms. So you have to figure out how to get the goods from the farm to the city so people could be fed. So it's all that logistical stuff. It's called Fever Transport 2. And I have it on the Xbox One. But I haven't played it yet, but I got it and I wanted to play it. Or things like there's Police Simulator, Fire Simulator, there's Bus Simulator, Train Simulator, Airplane, like um, Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's all kinds of cool games out there too. Farming Simulator, I enjoy those. I have a bunch of Farming Simulator games. And they're fun if you just like the farm and you want to run the equipment. It's great. That's another thing. Some of those games I'll never be able to actually run farm equipment, but I enjoy it, and I enjoy it in the game because it makes me feel a little bit like I've done it, you know. So that's another thing. It can be enjoyed. You can have fun with these things. I just say take it with a grain of salt and just get out there, enjoy life. Can they both be good and bad? Yes. Time, you can name things like time. I could throw disability because some people like me on disability have plenty of time. That's why I make YouTube videos, because I have plenty of time, but I also play games. And then those games lead to me making a YouTube video or something like that. So yeah, it depends, and it's all on a personal level. You should not allow one person to dictate what games you play, all the games you are able to play, because it can lead to bad things. Now, if you have a serious question, maybe, and you can trust a person that actually will be fair and say, hey, maybe this game's not good for you. If you're concerned about moral compass, great. But other than that, I think just enjoy it, take things as they come. I learned to do, you learn to do that as you get in life, and maybe you'll find a game out there. Maybe just look into games. Maybe kind of, breeze through them like you do through movies and stuff, and you pick ones you want. I especially go after creative ones. If you're really big and you want shooters or anything, you can go after creative ones, and Minecraft is one of them, and a few of the other ones I mentioned with simulator, and then of course you got your fighter ones, you got your RPG stuff. If you enjoy that, that's fine. There's some good ones that are based at least off of something like World War II, or things like that. They could still be fun. But I think it's all uh, to the point of a little bit of perspective, and having some morals and understanding. Not just saying it's bad, but kind of like, if especially if you're a parent, sifting through what is good. If it's E-rated, it's more likely going to be good. I'm always careful even with ratings, because not always ratings are always correct on everything. There's a huge YouTube thing on that. You should look up the rating system, how in some ways it is flawed, but for the most part they do try to be pretty good. You're not going to see GTA E-rated, okay? It doesn't happen, at least right now, and it's not going to, because it is a bad game. Even with that, I've played that game. Even with that, there are things that I enjoy. I enjoy that I could drive cars. I enjoy I can own basically houses. Right now, you can't really own houses. You're more like apartments, but you still can own some property. You can buy into stuff, so you feel like you're a part of life. So I do enjoy it for that fact, and I do enjoy it for the businesses. You can actually run businesses like you're running a business the best you can in a game. Okay, so, but do I recommend that kids go out and buy GTA? No, I don't. I mean, I think it's more of an adult game. I think paying a game's appropriate to your age can be very important, and also will determine, your parents will determine that too. So I mean, I kind of get to this point where what happened to people just living their lives, and we just get left alone. But I I I don't know. It just kind of caught me today to talk about this, because I've seen this over the years, debates on games, and are they good, are they bad? I've seen all of it all around. Anyway, I think it's like with anything, music videos, they could say that about a lot of things, books, stuff like that, but I think people need to make their own decisions and make it for themselves and enjoy life. I think enjoy life. Too many of us get too stuck up and too cynical sometimes about little things that don't always matter, and we get angry because we think someone's an idiot. Now I love it when they say people are idiots because they play games, and now they're actually finding out, the studies are finding out people may actually be smarter because they play games. I think that's true, because I could tell you, because I play things like Minecraft, it makes you think. Like, when I build a city, oh, I made my few mistakes. I'm glad I made mistakes there, because what would happen if I did in real life? But anyway, it made me think logically, and it makes you think differently on how do I want to plan my city? How do I want to do this? How do I make it efficient? How do I put the transport? How do I get busing people around? And see, that's what games do. Movies don't do that. And so you're more critical in games than you are watching movies or listening to music. Like Minecraft. I do that with Minecraft. I plan my builds. I plan my roads, and I actually build my roads. And stuff like that. And it's just like you're building your own society, and I enjoy that in a way, especially if you got a bunch of people together to play with you. You can be amazed about building houses. Everybody's gonna build their own different house, and maybe you guys can plan together. Look at Minecraft, and some single player, some multiplayer, where people are building little actual towns and stuff. Gaming can cause you to think more than just sitting there watching TV. You get more lethargic watching TV. I do. I fall asleep easily sometimes, not as easily as my woman. But if it's just regular TV and show, and I can tend to fall asleep and sleep through quite a bit of TV. Versus when I'm playing a game, I'm actually involved. I'm engaged. I'm planning on where I'm putting my skyscraper. If it's Minecraft, if it's City Skylines, I'm planning on um, how what affects what, and trying to make sure things whether there's enough police stations, there's enough of this, that, and there's enough transportation and buses and trains and stuff like that. So it gives you thinking, and that's what I like about games. Um, so are there games that are kind of, you don't have to think as much and have fun? Oh yeah, and those are fun too. Um, but anyway, I hope you kind of can think critically and kind of look into this, and maybe even just check out some YouTube videos. If you're on YouTube, and you're seeing especially the show, go out, check out some games. Check out the games I mentioned today, Minecraft. Go out, check out a bunch of them, and kind of get an idea, and especially just to get, instead of coming up with an idea like saying you don't like something without knowing what it is. That's even worse. And then, just look into it. Don't be afraid. Maybe you can find something. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's topic. I want to see you next time. Um, I hope, I hope soon. Next week. It's getting summer, so who knows what will actually happen. I don't do any. I'm not going to do anything this summer because of where the air conditioner is, and it will ruin the video, and you won't hear me at all. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. But right now we'll keep going until we can't, for the summer. But anyway, and I'll announce it as best I can when it happens. I'll probably do like a summer video deal. But I'll see you next time for whatever topic we have. But bye for now.